I'm going to jump right into this week's breakout right now, where we take a fantasy concept related to the Bible, related to our own lives, and be sure to check out fantasyfootballfellowship.com for all of our content. You can become a member, get access to all of our faith and football and fantasy content. But this week, I want to talk about never giving up. And it's inevitable that every league, there's that manager, and depends on how serious your league is, especially if it's like a work league or kind of a random league that you joined. I'm in a neighborhood league, and you get those managers that start giving up, right? They're like, they check out, they no longer do their lineup. You'll you'll go to your matchups and you go, this player's on IR. What's he doing in your starting lineup? Or they're still playing some player that we knew hasn't produced in weeks, and so they haven't been keeping up with their lineup. And it's really frustrating because you want that integrity of the league to be strong. And here's what I love in fantasy leagues when this happens. When I see somebody in the league that has tough breaks, maybe a bunch of injuries, their team's just not very good, yet they keep fighting. They keep working the waiver wire. They try to make trades. They continue to try to get some wins, even though they may not be fighting for the playoffs. They're trying to pull an upset. And so I enjoy the competitiveness of fantasy football, and I want that to continue all the way to the end. I don't even like getting a win. Like, it's nice. I got one win this week. I was up against a guy that wasn't keeping up with his lineup to the level that he needed to. And it's good to get the win, but it's also, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth too. So I'm all for finishing strong all the way until the end, the final week, even if the playoffs aren't on the line. Put your best lineup out there. Go try to get the win. And I would argue too that it reveals a lot about your character. Because if you're the kind of guy that isn't committed and you just kind of give up and who cares? I lost. It's just weak. It just sort of says, come on, man. You're better than that. You can be better than that. And so when we think about this from a life standpoint, we all face adversity. Losses and disappointments are going to come. Injuries are going to come in life as well, and failed expectations and all of that. And so we're all up against it from time to time. Everything goes wrong, and you feel like you have no chance in life, and everything's just piling up, and it's one thing after another. And I've felt that this year in fantasy. It's like, wait, Jonathan Taylor and DJ Moore and Darren Waller and Russell Wilson, this is just a nightmare. But I've wanted to continue to persevere and not give up. And so I've made some tweaks, and now I've got Jimmy G and Trevor Lawrence as my quarterbacks. And so we're moving in the right direction. Now Jonathan Taylor's back out there. And so in life, when we feel, though, unfortunate circumstances, I've got no chance, we're tempted to believe that our best option is to give up. In one way or another, it's just you check out, you give up, you stop working hard at work, or you stop working hard in your marriage. You kind of give up on your marriage, you even give up on your kids sometimes. And it's like, they don't listen to me anymore. And you give up, or you give up on friendships, or, there's all these different opportunities that we have, and we're tempted to just throw in the towel. And that's not a great way to live. And especially for us as followers of Jesus and believers in God, who we want to live our lives for him. We want to be the type of people that continue to do the right thing in life, setting our lineup correctly to the best of our ability until the end. And so even when we face injuries left and right, and it's especially during these times that we want to keep going. And as Galatians 6:9 says, do not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. And so there is fruit, there is joy when we continue to persevere and we don't give up, and we continue to trust God. We continue to rely on him through whatever season we're facing. And we continue to do the right thing. And so, even if we lose or fail temporarily, and our circumstances are bleak, God is still working in us and through us, and he uses all those circumstances for our good and his purposes. And so it's up to us to continue to look to him, continue to keep going. And as Romans 12:11 and 12 says, never be lazy, but work hard and serve the Lord enthusiastically. Rejoice in our confident hope. Be patient in trouble and keep on praying. And so we keep on going. We keep on praying. We don't let the difficulties of life cause us to curl up in a ball and give up. And so we keep going. And so kind of lastly, when you think about fantasy, you respect the managers that do keep playing, that keep putting their lineup in, and you lose respect for the other guys. And so the same kind of thing. People are watching us when they see, all right, let's see how Bryce handles this situation. Is he going to keep going, or is he going to give up? And that reveals our own character, but more importantly, it points to our reliance, our faith, our hope in Jesus. And yeah, I'm going to keep going because I trust God. Things don't look good. I don't know how things are going to work out, but I'm going to keep going because I trust God. And it's hard. Trust me, those days are hard where it's just it feels easier to give up. And for me personally, I've been doing unpacking it for 9 or 10 years now, and there have been multiple times where I was ready to give up. It's too hard. I can't keep going. I don't want to keep raising money. It's too hard to try to build a ministry. It's too hard to try to get listeners. It's too hard to try to get subscribers to the devotional. And I don't want to do it anymore. Yet God continued to give me the strength, the vision, the clarity, the perseverance to keep going. I couldn't have done it without him. But he gave me the encouragement that I needed. Somebody would text me, somebody would call me, somebody would show up, somebody would provide a need in one way or another. And I just kept going. And now I'm enjoying where we're at as a ministry and the fruit and the blessings and the joy, all that comes from not giving up. If I would have given up, a few years ago, I never would have met Harrison, right? I kept going, and now we're doing the show, and things are heading in the right direction in a lot of ways with unpacking it. And so that's my encouragement today to keep going, and most importantly, to keep the faith, to keep our faith in God, to not give up. And man, he's been silent, or he didn't answer my prayer exactly the way that I wanted. No, we continue to trust him. He's good and faithful and all knowing, and he's got the best plan for us. So let's keep trusting and looking to him. And so in 1 Corinthians, it says, therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord, your labor is not in vain. So the work that we do, the effort that we put into, especially for the Lord, and the efforts to live for him and point other people to him, and to do his ministry in whatever sphere of influence that we have, and whether at church and opportunities outside of it. We keep going. Our labor's not in vain. And so lastly, at the end of our lives, we'll get to the end, and we'll want to be able to say what's written in 2 Timothy 4:7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. That's what we want to be able to do. Be able to say at the end, as we finish strong and persevere all the way to the end of this journey in life, and then we get to join Jesus for eternity, and we'll reap the benefits there, and of course for all eternity. And so we get to know him and follow him, and have that peace and joy and hope in him. So let's never give up. Let's keep going. Let's never give up.